Hello students, welcome to CS Academy platform. In this session, we will discuss the most important topic in hydraulic missions, that is centrifugal pumps. This is most important for all the competitive exams for both civil and mechanical students. Okay, let's start the session. Here first, I will give some introduction. Here, any mission that will deals with the water or any fluids, those are called hydraulic missions. Okay, any mission that will deal with water or any fluid is called hydraulic mission. So hydraulic missions are divided into two types. Those are pumps, hydraulic pumps, and hydraulic turbines. Okay, hydraulic pumps and hydraulic turbines. Now here we are dealing with the pumps. So pumps again are classified into two types. Those are centrifugal pumps and reciprocating pumps. Okay, the pumps here, any hydraulic mission that will convert that mechanical energy into hydraulic energy is called a pump. Okay, listen carefully. Any mission that will convert the mechanical energy into hydraulic energy is called hydraulic pumps. Any mission that will convert hydraulic energy into mechanical energy, that is reverse truth of the pumps, is called hydraulic turbines. Listen carefully. Pumps convert mechanical energy into hydraulic energy, but turbines convert hydraulic energy into mechanical energy. Okay, here if you see the centrifugal pumps here, that will convert, because it is a pump that will convert mechanical energy into the hydraulic energy. The hydraulic energy are also called as a pressure energy. Pressure energy. Okay. Now in this session we will deal about the centrifugal pumps. Okay, that is one of the pump in our hydraulic missions. Okay. So here the centrifugal pumps are called opposite to the reaction turbine. Okay, opposite to the reaction turbine. That too we will call it as a inward flow reaction turbine. Reverse to the inward flow reaction turbine. This is very important question in all the competitive exams. The question is like this. Centrifugal pumps are also called as option A, outward flow reaction turbine, option B, reverse to the outward flow reaction turbine, reverse to the inward flow reaction turbine, and option C, reaction turbine, option D, none of these. Like this they will ask question. Here centrifugal pumps are opposite to the inward flow reaction turbine. Okay, opposite to that is reverse to the inward flow reaction turbine. Okay, this is most important question in the introduction. Here for each and every session, each and every topic, I will give important questions, how they will ask the questions. Okay, and now if you see the principle of operation of these centrifugal pumps, okay, as we know, pump is converting this mechanical energy into hydraulic energy, but in the centrifugal pumps, the main principle is forced vortex flow. Forced vortex flow. Okay, this is most very important question, this question. Which of the following is a principle of centrifugal pumps? Free vortex flow, forced vortex flow, both free and forced vortex. Like this they will ask questions. Okay, principle of operation of the centrifugal pump is forced vortex flow. What exactly this forced vortex flow tells means, as we are moving from the center to the outside, let us consider this is a rotating element in the pump. Let us consider this is the center, this is the radius of this rotating element. Okay, as we are moving from the center to outside, the velocity of the fluid is reduced, that is velocity is inversely proportional to radius. Okay, this is the forced vortex flow principle. Here as we are moving from this center to outside, the radius is increasing and velocity is reducing. Okay, as velocity is reducing here, as we know velocity is inversely proportional to pressure, as velocity is reduced, pressure is increasing. If you don't know the relation between velocity, area and pressure, you can see my previous video. I did very excellent information I provided there. You can watch that video. Okay, and here, so finally we are getting a highest amount of pressure energy. So whatever we are requiring here, that is the pressure energy. Okay, this is the principle of operation, and that is the forced vortex flow, very important. Okay, and now we will see the centrifugal pumps of parts here. What are the different types of parts are there in the centrifugal pumps? Okay, the first one in the centrifugal pump, that is a impeller. Okay, and the second one is casing, suction pipe, delivery pipe. Okay, and the fifth one is a foot valve. Okay, footwall. These are the 5 most important parts of the centrifugal pump. Okay, we will see with the diagrammatic explanation here. Let us consider this is the centrifugal pump. Okay, this is the centrifugal pump, total pictorial representation of this centrifugal pump. Okay, if you see the centrifugal pump here, okay, whatever I told the parts here, this is the impeller, this is the red color, okay, this is the impeller. Okay, here impeller is having what? Backward blades or vanes. Okay, backward blades or vanes. See here, you can see this is the impeller, it is having backward vanes. Okay, I will tell during the working of this centrifugal pump, I will tell elaborately why it is having the backward blades. Okay, and listen carefully and please watch this video till the end. Okay, impeller. In the centrifugal pump, it is a rotating element. It is the only rotating element in the centrifugal pump. As I told here during the principle of operation, this is the, let us consider this is the rotating element in the centrifugal pump. As we are moving from the center to outside, the velocity is decreasing. Here in the impeller only it will happen. Okay, this is the only rotating element in this centrifugal pump. Okay, and if you see the second one, that is the casing. A casing is nothing but it is a protector. That means it will protect the that centrifugal pump from the outside external agents like air. This casing will not allow this air, so it is called airtight. Okay, it will not allow this air into this casing, into the centrifugal pump. It is a protector. Okay, and one more part of this centrifugal pump is a suction pipe. Okay, suction in the sense that if you see here, whenever fluid is coming from this sump, let us consider this is the water present in the sump. Okay, let us consider this is the water. Okay, from this sump to this centrifugal pump, the connection between this sump and the centrifugal pump is called the suction pipe. Okay, suction pipe. And from the centrifugal pump outlet to delivery, that means as we are requiring the water here, the connection between these two is called a delivery pipe. Okay, connection between these two is called delivery pipe. If you see the casing, see here, this is the black color, which one? This is one, this is casing, which will not allow any air into it. Okay, and if you see the impeller, at the center of the impeller there is eye of the pump. Here there will connect one shaft here, like this. Let us consider this is the shaft. The shaft will go into this eye of the pump, and this shaft is connected to the electrical source. And whenever we are giving electrical energy to this shaft, the shaft will rotate this impeller. Okay, this impeller gives the mechanical energy to the centrifugal pump, as the mechanical energy is converted into the hydraulic energy. Okay, during the working of the principle, I will tell elaborately. Okay, these are the parts of this centrifugal pump. If you see this part, last one, that is a footwall or strainer. What is the work of this footwall or strainer means? Okay, once if water is entered into this footwall or strainer, that is the suction pipe, it will not allow this water to the back. Okay, it will not allow this water to the back. As we know, this cycle valve pin, I think many students know this cycle valve pin. Once if we pump the air into the cycle tube, it will not come back. Okay, similarly the footwall strainer will work like that only, as like a cycle valve pin. Okay, and these are the total parts of the centrifugal pump. And sometimes they will ask what is the rotating part of this centrifugal pump, that is the impeller. They will ask like a casing, impeller, like this they will ask questions. Okay, if we see, there are different types of casings are there in the centrifugal pumps. Those are vortex type casing, and the second one is a volute type casing, and the third one is a guide blade. Okay, guide blade casing. Okay, these are the different three types of casings present in the centrifugal pump. If we use this volute casing, the efficiency of the centrifugal pump may increase. Okay, and no need of remembering all these things, just remember the types of this centrifugal pumps. Which casing will improve this efficiency of the centrifugal pump? That's it only. In the questions they will ask. Which are the following casing will improve this efficiency of the centrifugal pump? Like volute casing is a vertex casing and glide blade casing. Like this, they will ask the questions. Okay, you should answer that volute casing will improve the efficiency of the centrifugal pump. Now we will see the working of the centrifugal pumps. That is how centrifugal pumps works. First, what we will do, we will connect the shaft of this impeller, which is connected to the eye of the pump, will connect it to the electrical supply. Whenever we are giving electrical energy to the shaft will rotate and it will make rotating the impeller. Okay, whenever impeller is rotating, at the center eye of the pump, there may be chance of creating suction. There may be chance of creating suction. Okay, what is suction? In the sense that here, if you see, these are the water present in the atmosphere. Yes or no? This is the, let us consider this is some on pond or whatever it may be. The pressure at this top of this fluid is nothing but of P atmosphere. Yes or no? P atmosphere. If I create a pressure at this point less than the atmosphere pressure, what will happen? At any time, fluid will flow from the high pressure to low pressure. Yes or no? If I create a very low pressure here, what will happen? Automatically, without any external agent, the fluid will come from this point to this point. Yes or no? So that why I am creating this suction here means to suck this water from this point to this point. Many mechanical students know this is a piston cylinder arrangement. Okay, let us consider this is the cylinder and piston here. Whenever piston is coming back like this, there will create some low pressure in the cylinder. Because of this one, that air and gasoline will directly enter into this cylinder side inside. Okay, because here there is creation of the suction which is low pressure than the atmospheric pressure. So automatically fluid will flow from the high pressure to low pressure. So here entering takes place. Yes or no? Similarly here we are creating some low pressure inside this impeller. Because of that one, due to the pressure difference between these 2 points, water will automatically enter into this impeller. Okay, once the water enter into this impeller, because of this rotation, if you see here, the area of cross section of this casing is gradually increasing. Listen carefully, this is very, very important here. This is the basic of this centrifugal pump, this casing. If you see here, the area of this casing is gradually increasing. Yes or no? Yes or no? See here, if you see, here as we know, according to this law of conservation of mass, that is continuity equation, AV equal to constant. Okay, AV equal to constant. Area is inversely proportional to velocity. Area is inversely proportional to velocity. As here area of cross section, if you see here, listen carefully, this is area is increasing gradually, area is increasing. If you see here, this is area is increasing like this. Okay, as area is increasing, velocity of the fluid is decreasing. Velocity of the fluid is decreasing. Before I told you that this is the principle of this operation of the centrifugal pump. As the radius is increasing, velocity is decreasing. If you see here, as the area is increasing, velocity is decreasing. Here also similarly, as the radius is increasing, velocity is decreasing. Okay, these 2 points we can mingle these 2 points. Okay, according to this principle of conservation of mass, we are getting this one. According to Bernoulli equation, that is law of conservation of energy, we know the relation between area and pressure and velocity. And area and pressure are directly proportional to, and this area and pressure are inversely proportional with velocity. Okay, if you see here, as the area of cross section of this casing is increasing gradually, okay, velocity is decreasing. As the velocity is decreasing, because of the inverse proportional between pressure and velocity, okay, the pressure automatically increasing. Whenever pressure is increasing here there is a high amount of pressure. P is very high. Here if you see, let us consider this is the atmosphere. Okay, this is the atmosphere here. There are present atmosphere pressure. This is delivery. We are connecting this to some other place like a tank or whatever it may be. Okay, there exists some atmosphere pressure. Yes or no? Here if you see, at this condition, because of this area is increasing, we are getting high pressure than the atmosphere. The pressure exists here, there is a larger than the atmosphere. Yes or no? Here if you see, there is a atmosphere pressure at outside. There is a pressure difference exists between these 2 points. Because of this pressure difference, automatically the fluid will flow from the high pressure to low pressure. So fluid automatically will enter into this side. If we see these 2 points, if we see here, there exists a atmosphere pressure. Here we are creating low pressure. Because of this pressure difference, the water is entering from this sump into the centrifugal pump. And because of this area of cross section is increasing, here there existing a high pressure than the atmosphere, and here there exists a atmosphere pressure. Because of these two pressure differences, water is entering the centrifugal pump to the outside. Okay, this is the basic working of the centrifugal pump. If you see here, as the velocity is decreasing here, as we know, the impeller of the centrifugal pump is rotating like this. Okay, impeller of the centrifugal pump is rotating. That is, rotation is nothing but of there is a kinetic energy exists here. Kinetic energy exists here. Okay, if you see, as the velocity is reducing here, that is kinetic energy reducing. As we know, according to law of conservation of energy, the total energy is conserved. That means neither be created nor be destroyed, but it will be converted into one form to other form. So that is, as the kinetic energy is decreasing, but it should be converted into other form. That is nothing but of pressure energy. Okay, pressure energy. As the velocity is decreasing, pressure is increasing here. So the total kinetic energy here is converted into pressure energy. That will make to create the pressure is greater than the atmospheric pressure. So these two differences will make us to get the liquid from this sump to this outlet. Okay, this is the basic information to get students here. Okay, centrifugal pump. Okay, I hope you got the point here how the working of the centrifugal pump is taking place. Okay, and this is the total parts of the centrifugal pump's principle of operation, and very important here. Okay, and many students don't know how working of the centrifugal pump. This is the basic here. How this area, many students will draw this like diagram like same cross section, but it is not correct. The cross section should increase, then and only the pressure creation taking place, and because of this pressure difference, the fluid will enter into the outside. Okay, this is basic about this centrifugal pump and representation. Okay, up to here I told you the basic things of centrifugal pumps in this session. And the next session, very important topics like work done by the centrifugal pumps, efficiency of the centrifugal pumps, overall efficiency, hydraulic efficiency, net positive suction head, velocity triangles of centrifugal pump, specific speed of centrifugal pump, priming of centrifugal pump, and all these things we will discuss in the next session. And please follow my videos regularly. This is a very important topics for all the competitive exams for both civil and mechanical. And thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe my channel. Please share the videos to your friends. And thank you. Thanks a lot.